All right, so it's time to give my predictions for our primetime Monday night matchup against the San Francisco 49ers. So let's go ahead and take a look at some key matchups that we'll see in the game. Um, Currently, as the NFC West is slated right now, we are 2-1, have the best division in the has to have the best record in the division, pardon me, and all the other teams are 1-2. So here, if we can beat them Monday night, we'll have a firm grasp on the NFC West through 4 weeks in the NFL. So that is essentially what we want. So let's look at some key matchups we'll see. This is one I will definitely be watching out for: Joe Noboom versus Nick Bosa. That's going to be very, very interesting to see. Nick Bosa is a beast. He certainly is. Andrew Whitworth is gone now, so that leaves the blind side of Matthew Stafford to be protected by Joe Noboom, which will be a tall task. Noboom has gotten off to a slow start, but he's been solid though, and Bosa has been playing quite well this season. He has 11 combined tackles, 11 quarterback hits, 4 tackles for loss, and he has already 4 sacks. So he's been killing it so far. So I would imagine Sean will probably give Noboom some help. Maybe put a second guy on there. Perhaps we can have the Moose, as Turf Show Times community likes to call him, help out Joe Noboom. That would be Ben Skoranek. Ben Skoranek already laid out J.J. Watt. Maybe he can do the same to Nick Bosa. I think that would be interesting to see. I think that would be good. Give Noboom a little help, but I think Noboom is a good player, but I just can't help this feeling that perhaps we'll have to maybe have a second man there to kind of help him out, but we'll see. This might be one of those games where we need to keep an extra O-lineman or an extra tight end on the line to help out against that pass rush. Little bit of secondary matchup: Jalen Ramsey versus Deebo Samuel. This will be interesting for sure. Deebo is a very good football player. He's very physical, and Jalen did not start off the season very well in Week 1. However, he has been pretty good the last 2 weeks. He even got that game-sealing interception against Mariota last week against the Falcons. And, here's the thing. I don't think he'll be on Deebo Samuel like the whole game. Because they generally don't have Jalen following around people for an entire game. But having said that, if there is someone they want to have follow around Deebo, it's probably Jalen. And I would not be opposed to that. I actually think that would be a good idea. But with how they like to run things, the soft zone coverage defense, I don't think it'll be like that the entire game. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's important. As far as speed is concerned, I think Jalen can keep up with him. Deebo is quite physical, so hopefully Jalen's quite physical too. But it'll be a good matchup. It'll be a good matchup to watch. So we'll see. We'll see. We have struggled against them in the past, but like I said, in that NFC Championship game, Rams finally got it all together, and we were able to not so much shut him down, but play well against them. So we'll see. That's definitely going to be an interesting one to watch. Now here's one I found interesting: Leonard Floyd versus Colton McKivitz. The 49ers did not do well against the Broncos last week, and got worse when Trent Williams got an injury. Williams, of course, had a high ankle sprain, and he won't be playing against us, which is good for us. He's a very good left tackle, and him being gone certainly helps us out tremendously. And the person who will be replacing him is one Colton McKivitz. I do not know anything about Colton, but I know he certainly can't be as good as Trent Williams. And Leonard Floyd has been a bit quiet. He's been a bit quiet this year. Our D line, our pass rush specifically, has been a bit quiet. Now, Aaron Donald played a lot better last week against the Cardinals. He got his 100th sack. They played pretty well, but overall, they've done a very good job against the run, which is really what you want. That's the number one thing you got to look out for is the run. But from a pass rushing perspective, it could be a little better. So hopefully, with a backup tackle in, we can kind of exploit that. Maybe get Leonard, can beat him one-on-one, get himself some sacks. Or maybe we can overwhelm Colton and maybe send two or three guys on that side, depending on if Raheem wants to switch things up a little bit and not just sit back in zone coverage. I think we need to attack more often than we just sit back on our heels and play the defense game. All right? And I think we will. I'm hopeful that we will. Because here's the thing. The soft zone coverage worked well last week. Don't know if it'll work well this week. So I could be wrong on that. I could. But I just have this feeling that we'll need to press the attack, so to speak. So, and with a backup tackle looking to start, that would be a area to exploit with Leonard or with anyone else. So certainly something to keep out for. Cooper Kupp, my man Cooper Kupp versus Samuel Womack. Kupp only had 4 receptions for 44 yards on 6 targets last week. He's totaled 28 receptions, 280 yards on the season, and 3 touchdowns. He got his first career rushing touchdown. That was pretty sweet. That sweep. And out of 174 offensive snaps this season, 98 of them have come out in the slot. And given Kupp's usage on the slot, he'll likely be a decent bit of Samuel Womack on the Niners. And who is Samuel Womack? He is a nickel cornerback for San Francisco, and he's currently at a 88.54 PFF grade. And so he's been doing pretty good. But here's the thing. I expect Kupp to be double, triple team this entire game. And to be honest with you, I've heard San Francisco's, their secondary has been playing quite well. So it's going to be difficult. But Kupp will come through like he always does. Tyler Higbee versus Tashawn Gibson. Van Jefferson's on injured reserves. That sucks. So Kupp and Allen Robinson will have to pick up the slack. So will Ben Skoranek, who has been becoming more and more valuable as the days go on. But Tyler Higbee will need to be relied on as well. He is someone that Matthew likes to throw to every now and again. Not like Kupp, or Kupp is the security blanket, but Matthew does like to throw to Tyler more often than not. And so far, Higbee has caught 16 of his 24 targets for 171 yards. Stafford's rapport with Robinson. Robinson's still learning the chemistry, the plays, all that. So it'll be a little bit for him to really come into his own. So Higbee and Kupp might be asked to carry the share of the receptions. But I feel like, Skoranek and the running backs, I feel like they've been playing. Matthew's been kind of distributing the ball pretty well, I feel like. Last week was a lot better. He did not have a touchdown, but he didn't have interceptions either. And that's what I want. No interceptions. So we'll see. So those are a few matchups to watch. I feel like ultimately, this is a big game. This rivalry is, it's a big rivalry. They had our number for the longest time. They beat us 6 times in a row. But that is null and void after we booted their ass out of the NFC Championship game and went on to win the Super Bowl. So anything that happened prior to that is null and void. And I would like to get a new streak started where we dominate them for a while. So I'm going to say I think it'll be kind of low scoring. I do. I want to say, but it will be close. I think it'll be close. Um, let's go. I want to say 21-17. I'm going to say 21-17. Rams win, and we take control of the NFC West, and we are all very happy on Monday night. So that is my prediction. That's going to be it for now. I will catch you guys on the next one. And as always, go Rams.